Welcome to the Nosebleed Seats. I am the Mad Conservative Crime Fighter. I've had several requests for more Proving Ground Pro. I know Proving Ground Pro produces their own YouTube stuff, come take the matches and post them online. Even had a cable access show at one point, so I'm trying to avoid stepping on their toes as they post their material, and I select some matches to air here on this program that have not been shown. And I'm sure I'm going to get a question right away. Why are you showing this particular match for Proving Ground Pro? Well, I have a half hour to fill. I wanted to feature 2 matches instead of 1, and the selection of matches that I had still got the problem of several of them being very long.
And his opponent from Bloomington,
So I want to fill the half hour and not leave that much space to fill once I get the 2 matches in the half-hour episode. And thankfully, the matches I selected did fill up this episode without too much of a gap. Of course, we will have our weekend schedule at the break for the next couple of weeks. Now, there's been some chatter about this particular matchup. Jack Rebel, who graduated from Ohio Valley Wrestling down in Ohio,
I'm the greatest thing to step in this ring.
faces the rookie Stephen Wolf, who trained under the Central Illinois Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer Apocalypse, and also part of the time Tracy Smothers, the infamous Tracy Smothers. I'm happy to report he's finally lost that rebel flag and to Dan the Man. But Stephen Wolf, this is apparently his 8th wrestling career match. He's only been active since about the months of September was when he made his debut, so it's only been out a few months, and does not have a lot of matches under his belt. We featured a previous match between him and Corbin Blaze, which we thought was pretty good. So Stephen Wolf showing a little bit of a different attitude here in making his debut for Proving Ground Pro here in Havana, Illinois. We're at the Lawford Theater in Havana, and weather played havoc with a few of the wrestling shows over the weekend. CRPW and World League Wrestling both canceled their events due to snow and crappy weather, although Springfield got 11 inches of snow, far more than expected. However, Havana hardly got any snow. The roads were all clear all the way up here to Havana. Unfortunately, the crowd was not as big as I'd like it to be, as Stephen Wolf versus a hammerlock on Jack Rebel. Proving Ground Pro will be holding its next event on March the 21st. They'll be holding a tag team tournament to crown new tag champions, as the Hooligans have gotten much bigger opportunities and have not returned to Proving Ground, and finally they have relinquished the titles. Hooligans basically had to relinquish more titles than they were beaten for Oh, suckered him. Hip toss by Jack Rebel and Stephen Wolf. Arm drag down to the mat. Stephen Wolf eats a drop kick. And Rebel in control of this matchup here at the Walford Theater. Jack Rebel. Oh, he's gonna slug him in the corner. And Rebel gonna send him for a ride. And Stephen Wolf gonna have to bail. This ring is on a stage. I'm carrying a camera on the stage. I basically have to watch my footing, as do the competitors. Because there's a nice big drop from the stage to the orchestra pit. And here comes Jack Rebel after Stephen Wolf, and these spaces in between the ring and the walls are very narrow. I really don't have any place to get out of the way.
Oh, crap. Crap!
4!
He's gonna play a tune.
I never play piano before.
Well, when's the last time you've seen a piano used as a weapon at a wrestling show? There just happened to be a piano here up on the stage, a grand piano. Elbow drop, slingshotted in, and only a 2 count.
Okay.
Yeah, that piano's in the way. It's kind of making it hard to get around this ring. Irish whip to the corner. Jack Rebel gonna line it up. Charges. Clothesline in the corner. Jack Rebel, by the way, will be appearing for 01 Supreme this Saturday at the Burgess Osborne Auditorium in Mattoon. Don't know who his opponent will be. He is expected to team up with Perry Winkle at 01 Supreme on the 28th. And Stephen Wolf choking Jack Rebel. Well, the Wolf is a little bit incensed. Stomp to the back. And Stephen Wolf, the rookie, has retaken control of this matchup here. Also happening this weekend, Pinball Wrestling Association returns to Lanphier High School on the 28th. Nosebleed Seats crew will be split up in between the two shows again. I want to mention that this is the last week to get your nominations in. I want to implore you, do not rely upon the Nosebleed Seats crew to think of everything and remember everything, because we can't and we won't. Whether it's the best out of Dreamwave, the best out of Proving Ground, the best out of 01, the best out of PWA. Sleeper hold, up into the ropes. Best out of United Wrestling Coalition, the best out of IWA Midwest. I mean, there's got to be a category for any your favorite wrestler. If they belong in it, please tell us. Please tell us. They should be nominated for this particular category, that particular category. Because time's running out. I don't want to snub anybody. I want to be fair to everybody. We want to make sure that we have a fair representation of everything in Central Illinois. So please get those nominations in. Go to CentralIllinoisProWrestling.com, click the awards link. There's a nice little handy form to fill in all the categories and your reasons as to why they should win any particular MBS award. We'll decide the final finalists.
I'll do what I want.
sometime in March. Post the finalists online, and then we will go around Central Illinois and present the awards to the winners wherever the winners may be appearing. And more than likely, the winners will be involved in the particular shows in question that we track them down to. And Stephen Wolf, I was going to try to... Jack Rebel rolls him up. And a 2 count. And Stephen Wolf back to stomp. Stomps him. Knee drop to the solar plexus. And locks in that sleeper hold. Stephen Wolf showing a little aggression here on Jack Rebel. Elbow to the gut of Stephen Wolf and a suplex. And Jack Rebel trying to catch his breath after taking a knee to the solar plexus. Have to imagine that knocked the wind out of him a little bit. Rebel back on his feet. There's the famouser! And this is going to be it. Good night. And Jack Rebel defeats a game. Stephen Wolf. Jack Rebel, your winner in 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Rebel Alliance will be cheering them on at 01 USA this weekend. Don't know who he'll be facing, but Fergus Osborne Auditorium was a sold-out show. It was crammed in there the last time around. So better get your pre-sale tickets. And Stephen Wolf, the rookie. Well, it's early in his career. We'll have to keep an eye on him and see where things go in the near future. But we're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a look at where shows are happening for the next couple of weekends. Stay tuned. You're watching the Nosebleed Seats TV. Coming in March 2015, the Nosebleed Seats present the 8th Annual NBS Awards. We will travel to the arenas all over Central Illinois to honor the Match of the Year, Tag Team, Most Popular, Most Hated, Referee, Manager, Feud, Diamond in the Rough, Golden Microphone, Wrestler of the Year, and to make inductions into the Central Illinois Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. Nominations are open. Visit CentralIllinoisProWrestling.com to learn how we can all honor the best in Central Illinois Pro Wrestling. Catch new first-run episodes of the Nosebleed Seats TV on demand at its new location on YouTube. Just go to this easy-to-remember address, tiny.cc/TheNBS. That's tiny.cc/TheNBS. It's time to find out who the best tag team of the Midwest is. Proving Ground Pro presents Challenge Accepted, Saturday, March 21st in Pearisburg, Illinois at the new Roots Event Center at 14305 Illinois Route 97 across from Menard Electric Cooperative. Zeeblick Steel challenge Jake Durden for the franchise championship in a one-night 18 tournament to crown new tag team champions. It all happens at Challenge Accepted, Saturday, March 21st at Roots Event Center in Pearisburg, Illinois. Accept the challenge. Enter the Proving Ground.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring first, from the hills of the Ozarks, Mr. Nice!
Alright, our second matchup here on the program. Coming down to the ring, the manager of, and sometimes tag team partner, of Jake Durden, the current PGP franchise champion. Nelson Sixx, aka Mr. Nice. Mr. Nice will be appearing at Pitfall Wrestling Association this weekend in singles competition. He's been having his problems with one Casey Jackson. Pretty much getting big win after big win in PWA. He's run into a brick wall. Lost 2 against KC. And here comes his opposition, Marion Fontaine, who is a member of the extravaganza of wrestling exhibitions. It is basically a very, very old school version of professional wrestling, featuring vintage wrestling characters set in kind of 40s, 50s, 60s. That era of professional wrestling they're trying to emulate. Marion Fontaine, a member of that extravaganza, and you can find him on oldwrestling.com. That's old with an E in there. oldewrestling.com or facebook.com oldewrestling. Old is when the English spelling of old included an E on the end. Modern English dropped the E. But you get the idea. And this match is underway. Nelson has got an armbar on Marion Fontaine. Well, a lot of standing switches. Nelson Sixx, well, headlock by Marion Fontaine. Well, turns it around. Well, pretty much a stalemate here. Stalemate here. Well, sign of sportsmanship by Fontaine and Nelson. And Marion with a front face lock on Nelson Sixx. Proving Ground Pro will be holding its next event on March 21st. They'll be holding the event in the brand new Roots Event Center that's on the site of the old Opry House. It was torn down a few years ago. New building that was built on the site and just recently had its grand opening over the weekend. down in Petersburg, just south of Petersburg, just south of New Salem. Pretty much on the corner of Illinois Route 97 and Boy Scout Trail.
Count. There's nobody in the ropes.
It's across the street from
How you like that?
Menard Electric Corporate. They'll be holding a one-night, 8-team tournament to crown the new Proving Ground Tag Champions. Oh, sunset flip from Nelson, and Marion rolls through. Oh, another roll through. Now he finally got the shoulders down. Nope.
0, 1, 1.
Well, neither man can get a 2 count here.
Get dizzy.
Not too bad.
Fontaine.
One last hand.
Nelson Sixx kind of in a stalemate at this point. Well, another handshake offer.
Fist bump.
Marion tried to catch him by surprise, and a neck breaker from Nelson Sixx, and Marion Fontaine's gonna bail.
Going out there. Let's get back to the ring, guys.
Marion Fontaine walking down off the stage and into the orchestra pit. Nelson Sixx follows them down there, and now they're fighting below the stage. As I mentioned earlier, this is a treacherous place to be, because there's just not a lot of room around this ring. And Marion Fontaine sends Nelson Sixx up the aisle.
He's gone! He's gone!
I don't know where he's whipping him to, but Nelson Sixx coming back down the aisle on the other way. And Nelson clotheslines Marion Fontaine down. Well, if you're going to send him running that far, you
Watch your step.
Nelson has been pretty much playing possum against Marion Fontaine and kind of outsmarting him thus far. Nelson sends Marion into the corner. And a kick to the gut from Nelson. Nelson off the ropes. And a shot to the face. Also want to mention, Blake Steele will be facing Jake Durden for the franchise title. 2! As the Bulldog from Nelson only gets 2. Nelson Sixx slowly gets back to his feet. A few controversial moments from Proving Ground as a newcomer pretty much got himself disqualified for unsportsmanlike conduct. Oh, look at that! Oh, the unprettier! The unprettier by Fontaine! Oh, 2 count! I didn't know that was in his repertoire.
2? All right.
Fontaine can't believe it.
What do you say? This buckle or this buckle?
Also, the Perfect Addiction has fired Peter Schwanz after losing to Guy Smith. And their cheating ways finally caught up with them as finally the referees kind of grew wise to the Perfect Addiction's antics as Lucy Mendez got herself caught doing a blatant low blow. Side suplex from Fontaine. 2 count. Well, Fontaine's trying to figure out what he can do with Nelson Sixx. Snapmare. And look at this, a modified abdominal stretch. This is from the seated position. He's really torquing that arm back. Well, now this is, well, this what? Well, it's now no longer a abdominal stretch. He's basically a Basically an armbar, and Nelson Sixx back to his feet. Oh, shot to the face. And a cover. And a 2 count.
This buckle now! This buckle!
Oh, Fontaine. Oh, looks like he's going to go up, maybe. Well, the following weekend, after last weekend of February, Dreamwave Wrestling returns to LaSalle. Nelson Sixx to the middle rope. Marion Fontaine not paying attention, and a kick to the face. And a flying knee, and takes down Fontaine, and a clothesline. And another clothesline. Nelson, oh, reversal. And a neck breaker from Sixx, cover. Mr. Nice gets 2. Night Wrestling Coalition resumes operations in March in Georgetown. Also Dynamo Pro in Fenton and New Wave in Terre Haute. Well, that was blocked. Fontaine! Form of a spinning neck breaker.
I think the shoulder was actually out for quite a while.
Fontaine did not get the shoulder down, in my opinion. Referee counted it anyway. That was kind of a unique version of a spinning neck breaker. No, I can't say it was a spinning neck breaker. Oh no! Yep, Mr. Nice tried to catch that. Blocked. Jockeying for position here. Nelson. Sunset flip blocked. Fontaine. Bridge. Got him.
That's it.
Fontaine wins. 9 minutes and 20 seconds, and Mr. Nice still in a bit of a slump here. We'll have to see how he does at PWA this weekend in Lanphier High School, but Marion Fontaine going to help him up, and Code of Honor shown by Marion Fontaine. Well, that will do it for this edition of Nosebleed Seats. Don't fall off the stage there, Marion. Be careful. Be sure to get your nominations in for the 8th Annual MBS Awards. They are due this 1 week left to get them in. Go to CentralIllinoisProWrestling.com/awards to get your nominations in, and we really need those nominations. But until then, this is the Mad Conservative Cryfire. I want to thank you all for tuning in this week for the MBS TV. We'll see ya.